Go.
Black could try to play for e5 to get the bishop out the conventional way. Meanwhile, I'll just develop my pieces. Okay, e5 immediately. I'll just ignore that for the moment. Maybe get a rook to d1. Let's see how I want to handle this. Bishop g5. Sort of interesting. Rook d1. See if that does something. I don't really want to take on e5 because then that brings out the knight with tempo. So I want to make it a little bit harder for black. Yeah. And this idea take with the queen. Is this a good idea? I don't know. We'll see. Obviously threatens the bishop for now. That's not really too terrifying for black. I had some idea that I wanted to put this rook on d1 for some reason, maybe keep the other rook for defense. I mean, now f2 is kind of under attack, so takes. Yeah, everything is covered for black. So gotta go back somewhere. I don't know, let's try queen f4. Seems a little odd, but trying to keep him from moving his knight. Can I take that? You know, I don't feel like calculating that, but I'm pretty sure that at g5 I can have a good sacrifice. So I'm going to try to make it a little tricky for black to develop here. Sort of making up a plan as I go along. Rook takes d7. I don't think there's any way to make rook takes d7 work. It only just occurred to me now. Ooh, well. Wow. That's bold. That's a bold statement. Okay, well, clearly I'm going to take it. Which way am I going to take it? Knight takes, knight h5. Is that the idea? Bishop takes. Okay, maybe. All right, I'll take it with the bishop then. Queen takes, check. Okay. Oh, the queen is defended, which is sort of annoying. Let's try that move. This is the point where you sack a piece. You can speculate on the sacrifice, but I can't really calculate it because I only have a minute and a half, so I really just have to make a quick move. And attacking d7, then maybe I can start taking things. Something might shake loose. I have an idea, maybe check on h4 in some situations, and then take on d7. Maybe knight h4. Actually, his knight is not pinned, is it? The knight at d7 is not pinned, but where is it going to go? Maybe I should have played knight h4, more straightforward. But meanwhile, my opponent is thinking a lot about this move, defending, and what to do next. I'm just going to not spend a lot of time thinking about it because it's the kind of thing that any move black plays might drop something, So if I just keep a little extra time, I'm just in good shape. Tough to be tested, having to sacrifice a piece in the first game, before I'm warmed up. So now knight e4 maybe is a threat. Yeah, knight e4 is a possible threat here. Black, I think, maybe should move one of the knights. But it's one of the things where you kind of have to guess. You can die in a position where the computer says you're not lost, or you could take a chance because simply Wonderful is running out of time. Yeah, wow. Well, that definitely doesn't help because now the queen is undefended. So, all right, so let's just play a quick move. Put the ball back in black's court. Maybe he had something stronger, queen check and knight g5, possibly. But I think now I can eat something here. How about, we'll just eat that. That can't be bad. Also, black has no time. Yeah, very hard to defend that, but g5, well, maybe I did something good there because I have the queen f4, the knight on d7 was stuck. Black could move that knight without allowing me to shatter the kingside pawns. So that g5, but that's the kind of thing, you get 2 pawns right off the bat, and even if black has a chance to defend, it's very, very hard to do it in blitz. And worst case for me, I'm going to get long-term compensation. And meanwhile, it's very hard for black to find the defensive moves. Oh, white again. Okay, what have I got? Dan 9107112 Tango Niner Bravo. Okay, let's go for a little tromp. I haven't played a tromp in a while. Haven't had a tromp for a while. Nope. So let me grab the center. Yeah, of course, after h6, I have to give up the bishops, but it's life. So I'm going to go for a system of development that was popular for a while, where white trying to build for kingside attack. I think eventually people figured out some good things to do for black, but I don't exactly remember. e6. All right. Showtime. That's the whole idea of putting the knight on e2. Because black gets the bishop pair, that's great. The only downside is that black was a little bit slow in developing, wasted a little time with extra pawn move with h6. And the queen coming out to f6, the queen is always going to have to move again. So black loses a little bit of time there. That's what white is playing for. Should I take? on e5, or I think I'll just push it, baby. Of course, there's always those dark square weaknesses, so I have to be a little wary of that. Black definitely does not want to push g5 here. That kills his bishop and creates light square weaknesses. Well, I mean, strategically anyway, I don't think it's such a big threat for me to take on g6 that he should do that. Yeah. Okay, f5. I'm just going to stick my king on h1 because it seems like it's very handy to get off that diagonal in case, maybe a bishop shows up on d4 with a check. Right. Okay, king h8. So still, I'm not so happy to play knight g3 because I don't really want to give up that pawn. So what about knight c4? I mean, black can consider taking on f5, but okay, there's always going to be some risk involved in opening the g file. Yep, that's a pretty normal looking move, knight f6. Question whether I should take on d4 at some moment, on e5 rather, but for now I'll postpone that decision. Because my bishop on d3, that guy isn't really playing. If he had taken a d4, f4, it would be, but whoa, b5. What's that about? He just wants to develop the bishop, I guess. Okay, cool. I'll bring my knight over this way and maybe try to trade off this knight. If I go knight g4, I could possibly lose a pawn. Maybe I'll take first. I took with the pawn anyway. So I could have. I thought about taking an e5 when my knight was on c4, but I'm not sure that it really helps black to take with the queen anyway. Okay. So I got a little bit of time edge here. Now maybe I try to transfer my bishop from d3 to c2 and b3. That's a good diagonal. Yeah, I like that plan. I'm just going to go and do that. I'm not sure what to do with my rooks, whether I want to put a rook on the d file or just go straight for the f file. I'll just keep my bishop on this diagonal. Like I said, I'll keep my bishop on this diagonal. It's not going away. I'm pretty sure that I won't need my e-pawn to capture on f5, so I'm good. I'm good there. Rook g8. What to do? Just going to back up here. Not really threatening anything yet, but I think I'm just going to double. Okay. Threat stronger than the execution. Takes. Okay. Bishop's opposite colors favors the attacker. Bishop on g7 can't move. I think black's busted here, but also Dan is running out of time. Yeah, so just a quick move. Pressure Scotty, as Captain Kirk used to say. Pressure. Have to be a little careful about back rank. Queen. All right, let's just move the queen, get out of the pin, keep going. Quick. Pressure Scotty. All right. Not sure I'm actually threatening anything with that move. b5. Okay. Let's make luft. Let's Let's make a lift just to make sure that nothing happens there. Okay. Yeah, now you're welcome to bring your rook down because nothing happens there. Yeah, so like I said, the threat's drawing the execution, and now I execute because his rook on f8 is hanging. This is what I was waiting for. Yeah, this defense is hard, because he just had to sit there, couldn't do anything. So that's why I think, just h3, kill the back rank, then the other rook can come up, and he can't sit around for that. So thank you, Dan 910712. That was actually a fun game. Kind of like that. Ghost Fisher. Ooh, scary. My first black game of the day. Come on, Ghost Fisher. What have you got? Ghost Fisher. This is a system that you can play for black without thinking too much. Good for blitz. It's what we had Deep Blue play against Garry Kasparov back in the day. I actually think the most challenging lines for black are probably ones where white plays an early c4 and takes on d5. A lot of people play this system where they just capture on e4, and in that case maybe put the bishop on e7 or c5. And I think that's a good equalizing method, but I prefer to play this way just because it's more dynamic. It's a better way to play for a win. These moves are all pretty simple. One thing that black has to work out, I find, is what to do with the knight and the bishop, because the knight can go to f8 or c5, and the bishop also. Same business. So in practice, generally one goes one way, the other goes the other way. One thing that Ghost Fisher has done, which is good, is he hasn't played g4, which is kind of a typical mistake because that really weakens the f4 square. All right, bishop or knight. Well, I'm going to postpone position by putting the queen on b6 because I'm still not sure. Knight and c5 pressures d3, but bishop on c5 pressures f2. So let me see a little bit more from him. Maybe just bring my rook to the d file. But like I said, generally one piece goes to c5 and the other goes to f8. Could be done either way. Yeah, okay, knight f1. All right, just going to put stuff in the middle for now. So putting your pieces in the middle of the board is generally good. So he wants to provoke h6. I think h6 is probably a useful move. Give me bishop pair. I think that's good for me. Maybe he feels that he didn't really have anything to do with that bishop, but I don't know. Things are sort of starting to go in circles here for him. All right, let's just double, toil and trouble. He didn't actually have to play rook e1. He could have played. Oh no, knight b3. I had bishop f2. I didn't even notice that tactic. I'd set a trap accidentally. But I think bishop g5. I think white lost momentum there because with that bishop gone now, he doesn't have a lot of squares he wants for his pieces. Okay, I probably should avoid a tree. Can I take this pawn on e4? Maybe. No, I don't. This is a possible fork at the end, queen f5. Okay, so I think I'll just move away. I think d4, knight e4, queen b3, queen f5, d7, h5. Yeah, that would be a very lucky tactic, but okay, so he's pressuring me there. Okay, so I have to take this now, I think. And now rook d8, knight e5. No, I don't want that. Okay, what about? This is not exactly how I want it, but it's a blitz game. Maybe the queen will come into c4 somewhere. Oh, okay. You know what? Now I'm actually going to jump back this way, because I don't really need the bishop on f8. It's not really protecting anything. Well, there he goes and plays g4. Well, I don't have the knight coming to f4 so quickly, but still kind of kills his bishop. Yeah, now I might just leave it there. No, I think I'll move it. Can't really hurt. Yeah, knight f5. Now he's not attacking the e pawn. Takes. Okay. What to do? Do something, Joel. I'm just gonna back that up. He went that way. I was not expecting that. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take it. Because his knight went away from the center. But of course, his knight can come back to the center. Knight can't come back to the center. What am I doing now? e4. Can I play e4? I really should just play a quicker move here. Because it's not so clear what he's going to do. But I think now I'm going to play queen c4 next move. Yeah. Now I'm going to actually take that. I'm going to push this e pawn. Because that's kind of big plan here. Now to try to open that up with e3 coming. Yeah, okay, let's do that anyway. I might get rook e2 and sneakily. Oh, he saw that coming. Okay, let's, I don't know, creep in. Is the queen good there? I don't know. Blitz game, not much time. But got luft. Bishop d4. No, it's not really a threat. Okay, let's just retreat. He's gonna be like that. Okay. All right. Let's maneuver this guy. Knight e3, a threat. Ooh. Well, that walked into it, no? That walked into it. Oh, he defended f4. He saw f4. He didn't see the big threat. Yum. All right, thank you, Ghost Fisher. That was a tough game. But with that system, it's very solid for black, and sometimes you can just be very patient and, just maneuver around, see where your opponent is going. So far, so good. All right. Nai Diarto, he is a regular. Center counter. This is an opening that I don't really believe in for black in the main lines, but well, this is blitz after all. On the other hand, if white plays this kind of indifferently, I think that black gets perfectly okay game. And it's a lot like the Alkine, except that there's no pawn on d6 and e5. Just castle before we do anything. Uh-huh. Okay. Suggesting that maybe I should have played knight c6 quicker. Mm-hmm. Still not sure what's wrong with this, though. Got everything defended, I think. Okay, so he's hitting that knight. Yeah, I think I should try to maintain that position. So white kind of has to back up these aggressive moves. I'm not sure that he can do that so easily. Maybe he has to take there, yeah, because otherwise I'll take him. Now maybe, yeah, 95 to keep my bishop from, my knight from developing easily. So I think that I might just look to chop. I could take my bishop on g6, but then I'm able to develop my knight. Either way, knight d7 coming soon to theater near you. All right. Choppeth, developeth. Also queen h4 is a little in the air. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, it's a little loose for white, but he has some ideas of f5. What is the best way to do this? I'm looking at queen h4 ideas, knight c5. Just gonna jump in. Might as well jump. I was wrestling whether to play knight c5 first, and I thought then his queen will come around. So then I thought that maybe I'll do it this way, and now go knight c5. See, if that made sense. I thought that maybe his knight was better the other way, but he does have that move. Yeah. All right. Well, we could trade. I'll be a merchant. I'll play Endspielen. What am I, a merchant? As they said in Searching for Bobby Fischer, one of my starring film roles, where I played myself, and I was good at it. I had the essence of myself down in that movie. Nobody could have played me more authentically, I think. All right. Well, giving him things to think about. If rook fc1, bishop c4, rook c4, knight b3, maybe that's a tactic. Well, it's possible anyway. Something to think about. Black, I think, getting some pressure. Yeah. So then he can play rook d1. Then yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Boom. Now, yum. Now rook c6. Not only b2 is hanging, but knight d4. Gets interesting. Maybe I'll just... okay, I think I got another fork. It's a big day for forks. 93, it's 93 day. Oh, that's rough too, because both rooks are undefended. Which one should I take? I'll give up this knight. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Yeah. And then maybe I'll just back dekage. And maybe I'll think about a ladder mate here. F5. Aggressive. Should I set up a ladder mate? I don't really want that. I'll just play a little move h6. Watch my opponent run out of time. All right, how about a trade? I mean, trade rooks is pretty easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's just the simplest thing to do. Just peel apart his position now. And if something drops. Yep. No need to be fancy. I wanted to get a cutesy mate, but yeah, it's easier. All right. I never know how to pronounce that. It's a very long name. It's good to have a short name like Mr. Hat. Okay, Chamanx. Here we go. Okay, let's go more conventional this time. Aha. All right. King's Indian. Okay. Knight d7, very old school. Nobody plays knight d7 anymore. Somewhere in the 90s, I figured out that they could put the knight on a6 and the pawn wasn't hanging, and they figured, why block the bishop? And knight d7 is just pretty much faded. Knight e5. Okay. Let's just float something out there. C5, kind of unusual, but maybe slightly scary. I don't know. Okay, knight back to c6. What should I take? I'm going to take this one, and then maybe develop my bishop. Maybe just pin. Control d5. Because I was happy to go to f4. This way I get there, but I got him to push all those pawns up. I kind of wanted to be on f4 anyway, but now yeah. Well, that's why I went to g5, but I figure now we get this position and he's committed his kingside pawns. That should help me. e5, not really what I want. Is he going to play d4? Just not exactly what I want either. But now bishop f3, he has g4. So maybe there was some point to that. Queen a4. Oh, he's threatening to take. No, he's not threatening to take on e4. Let's just do it. Because actually, Chamanx has played very fast. Give him credit for that. It's not a bad idea to play fast, because it is a 3-minute game, and sometimes your grandmaster opponent can get caught up in things that maybe you don't even see, but they can work out for you. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I'm going to take, and then I'm looking to push that. And then now he doesn't have c6 to support his d5 pawn, and now I'm going to attack it. And actually, I wasn't attacking it, but now I can take it. It's funny how that works. I pushed him off the diagonal. But do I want it? I could play knight b. Nah, I think I just take it. I think I can just take it. I will take it. Again, he's been playing this pretty fast. which at least gives him a chance. If he hangs in the game, he can, he can blitz it out. All right, rook b1, I guess, and luftage. Luftage seems indicated, because when you get a position where your rooks are about to go flying, then you need to make the back rank safe. Now something is going to come to the 7th rank. Somebody somewhere is coming to the 7th rank, and it's going to be good. Queen e6, and that one comes in. I'm not quite sure if I want to leave the back rank with the other rook. Can I pin? I'm going to pin. Chico said the pin she win. Yeah, but this I like, because now his king is very open, and that must win. All right, let me just grab this pawn, put that in my pocket. I have a passed pawn, and very hard for him to play. Queen e4 was also good. And maybe just be very materialistic here and take things. And on top of that, his king side is wide open. Can I take with the rook? Yeah, I think I'll take with the rook. Be fancy. It might not make any difference, but fancy move. Okay, so yeah, I think he could have played queen takes c6. Well, then I could keep the queens on, of course, but now with the c pawn, yeah, now it's just over. Just over. I should have done that last move, to be honest. Okay, let's just simplify. Simplify. Okay. He's got a minute and a half. He decided to play super quick move. Not even take my pawn. Yeah, but it wouldn't make any difference. Yeah, pass pawns on both sides. All right, thanks, Chimeng. So it's a good fight. So far, so good. I'm getting white a lot today. All right, Sachin 007. E6. It's interesting. What does that mean? Does it mean he wants a French, or does he want this? I'm going to play an old move Yusupov played years ago, D5. I like these confusionary riffs, just to make something weird happen off the bat. Bishop E7, I guess, to guard his queen. All right, I'll take. Let's see how this goes. I actually happen to be kind of a big fan of queenless middle games. I kind of like that type of thing, because you've got a lot of pieces to work with, but you don't have to worry about annoying sudden mating attacks. The side with the better development is usually going to be in a very good position. Okay. Well, c6 is a lot of pawn moves. I guess he wants to put a knight on d5. He's trying to anchor that. All right. So fine. Be like that. So you can take, you have a couple pieces you can take, but then you don't have the anchorage anymore. How about this? Let me try this maneuver. And now a5 or c5 is coming. Everybody always wants to run after those bishops, but yeah, a5 won't really accomplish much. Can go a3 if nothing else. So I got a little pressure here. Let's pop in there. Knight coming to f4. And black, of course, is the bishop on c8 is not very pretty. All right. I'll just sort of knee-jerk a3. But now c4 is actually a little more threatened because that's one more square the knight doesn't have to go to. Now the knight has to go. Well, he can take on e5 and then move the knight, but actually I kind of like that. I will boot that guy. I'll boot him forthwith. Let's pump that in there. This one's going pretty well too. Time for some stees. Offering a trade. Wet. All right. I'll takeage. C5, nothing happening there yet. D6, C5, what next? H4. I don't know if that's really attacking there or maybe just fixing that pawn. Let's see where you're going. A little tickle. Yeah, really, he should go back. All right. Gained a little time there. All right, now I'm going to shift gears a little bit here. Just trying to really tie him down. He almost can't move. If bishop d7, bishop c7 might win a piece. Or I'd have rook a6, maybe. It would be very lucky. All right, now, I'll just take that, actually. That just wins on the spot. The h4 knight g5 idea definitely paid dividends for me, yeah. I mean, it's a blitz game, but before, even if you're desperate to trade pieces, before you play a move like that, you have to make sure that you can recapture. And Sachin 007 is not happy about that. He's given me a license to kill. Yeah, it's very sad because he hung his best piece too. Like if you take the light squared bishop off the board, you could say, well, at least I couldn't move that thing anywhere anyway. But this is a little sadder. Yeah, I'm just going to move my bishop. I had a feeling a4 was coming. But now what? Nothing. Well, he stopped. Does that mean he's lagging? Oh, no? No, I don't know what that means. Oh, there he goes. He was lagging, I guess. Bishop d8, bishop. You know what? I'm going to really have fun with this. Just going to go just like that. Double rooks. Double rooks without fanfare. He's still trying to puzzle it out. But I think the fight's gone out of him with that bishop disappearing. Yeah, d4, e6. I know that a lot of people, French players, people like the French, and people who like the Dutch, but they have an idea that it helps them avoid certain tricky lines. And as I said, back in the day, Artur Yusupov played that d5 move. I don't think it was that dangerous, but it's kind of interesting. All right, thank you, Sachin 007. Do 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 do. Okay, ears. One of our regulars from Ontario. Okay, this is the theme. If you haven't got it yet, D pawn moves in all of my games. Right? First move, which can be interesting with black and certain possibilities. But I've not been to Canada for a while. Come to think of it, I played. One year I went to Toronto and Edmonton. What was that? That might be like 2010 or 11, a long time ago now. E3. Do 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 do. Now I'm remembering that's not a good move order for black. Bishop f5. That's funny. I teach things and I forget them. Yeah, queen b3 or cd5 and queen b3 is actually kind of awkward for black. Although cd5, that might be one of those positions where they answer queen b3 with knight c6. Things really change. Sometimes I try to tell students things about the opening, and it turns out that I'm like 25 years out of date. And I look on the database, and there's all these new games, and people just play completely differently. You know, the computers came in, and then they decided that the moves that they thought had to be played before, you don't have to play them. Variations turn upside down. Very hard to keep up with things if you're an old guy. All right, so ears is block the center with c5, so that's a signal to me to go in the center. Classic strategy theory, strategic theory. All right, that looks good. I remember that one problem that Ears has is in these games he ends up losing on time a lot. Runs out of time, so it can be hard. Actually, when you play slowly in the opening, that kind of makes it even easier for me to pressure you on the clock, because then I can play a lot of quick moves myself. All right. All right, so I'm building up for kingside attack. Threatening bishop h2, rook f2, queen f2. I think I might just keep the knight on the board. That's going to be a good attack, or h5 is kind of threatened. The other knight coming to h4. This is kind of one of those positions that kind of like structurally, it's almost gone already. Well, I can take this pawn on f2, but you know, I'm just gonna go there and stop queen g4 and maybe see if I can just get a checkmate. Knight's coming to h4 and g5, rook coming to e6. Very hard for white to defend this. f3, that's probably the best thing to do, is to try to create some very quick counterplay. Or f4 possibly. No, it's a good move. Do 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 do. All right, let's throw that in there. So now new plan is that maybe I'm going to get a queen and knight battery, like queen g5, and Oh, but he doesn't have to take, does he? He could play f4. Probably should, but it's still going to be a lot of pressure on the e file. Queen e2 edge. Well, I might get all prosaic here and just, yeah, I think I am just gonna take here and then take f3 because it's just annihilating. I think he had to try f4 was best there, but then rook e6. It's a pretty big attack for black, however you slice it. Yeah, maybe next move might be rook e6, unless he goes king h1 then, or queen f3. Yeah. Oh no, king. I don't have that. Oh, years. That's why I said next move. That's, okay. Boom. Thanks, years. Ooh, it looks like there's a lot of people challenging. I've got a good crowd. Kept them waiting, and they all lined up at the door. Indiana Fats. I think I might have played him before. I guess riff on Minnesota Fats. All right, let's get all Fianchetto-y. C4, 97. All right, let's do that one. Extendo. Bishop a6. Yeah, that's kind of clever, Bishop a6. I can see how that could work out for him. Actually, one sort of advanced bit of thinking here is that most non-masters, when they see the pawn on e4, they feel like they have to capture it right away. But the way that the masters and grandmasters play this position is that they usually leave it on e4, and they often do something like that. Now, white can play e5, or white can take on d5 and play with the position more open. I'm going to try to play this way. Oh, I meant to take on I meant to take on d5. I did say that I was going to do that, and then I didn't do that. So yeah, I kind of messed up my position like that, and I had all kinds of cool ideas too. What did I do? That's a finger failure. I did a genuine finger fail. Not Kasparov. He did not, but I did. Yeah. All right. I'm going to have to go for some kind of plan B. Oh, I could have taken on d5. Well, then I guess he could take with a... Yeah, I should have done that. I'm losing it. I'm talking too much. Sometimes when I talk, I lose the thread. No, maybe this is still okay. Maybe. In any case, Indiana Fats is chewing up a lot of time on this part of the game. I was playing kind of slowly. D3. Clever. Not bad. All right, I take it. Now he can get another hit if he wants. Smashing. All right, at least I get out of pins. But now where does he go? C takes d5, coming knight e4. Yeah, I might want to keep that where it is because I don't want to open up this bishop on a6. So I think I'm just, without thinking too much about it, I'm just going to bring a rook to the d file for now. And if he takes on d2, then I got to think about that. And I got to think about that because this other knight can replace. Or you could also just move his queen. Yeah, because I don't actually want to take. Well, part of me wants to take on d5. If he takes as a pawn, then I open up some things like the f5 square. But I don't like the idea of a knight coming into d3. So maybe even take with a knight here. I have a feeling that that's not right. Maybe queen takes, and then if knight e4, I could put my queen on a better square. No, but if queen takes, he can take on c4. That was not good. So yeah, rook d1 was an inaccurate move, I think. What should I have done? Should I have? No, I don't know. But problem for Indiana Fats is he's playing very slowly, and I think that's going to be his undoing. He's down to 30 seconds. Okay, he's got some. All right, let's just play king h1. Let's just make sure that this bishop c5 doesn't do anything. And just play, avoid the traps, quick move. Okay, your turn. All right, bishop b7. All right, so I think this knight is going to move. Where? f3 is not exactly ideal. f1. Queen f2. Queen f2 is not possible. All right, play here. Just because I want to keep the bishop open. Maybe f5, queen d7, f5, something like that. Yeah, actually, that's a tricky move. Queen c7. Okay, he unpinned. All right, so I take. Well, now I mean he's going to drop a pawn there. Take. I don't know if I didn't necessarily want to take it. Maybe I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to take it so fast. I'd like to take it with my knight. Yeah, knight jumps. Can I jump in? Jump in. Things are hanging here. What to take first? I'll take that one. Check. I'll take that one. And now I'll take. Now I'll take that one. And now I'll bring that back. Thanks. And I'll do what? That. Or dance with 2 seconds on your clock. And I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, good game, Indiana Fats. Too slow. That's the only problem. Is I was confident with the clock. Yeah, I meant to play e takes d5 and then bishop b2, and then stuff happens. Okay, Sarah. Looks to be. I'm guessing that's some kind of Scandinavian flag, but I can never remember which one is which. But they all pretty much have that kind of shield. Knight f3. All right, I take it. And then a pause. Bishop d3. Wow. Stylish. Clint Eastwood said something about being stylish, didn't he? All right, I don't know, g6. Bishop e2. Oh, okay. I'm wondering if that was a mouse slip. Got me thinking a little bit. We'll say that. All right, let me grab some of the center here. Yeah, it's when you lose two tempi like that, then you basically you lose one tempo really. Then you're basically playing black, so it's kind of like I'm playing white with the black pieces now. Knight e4. Okay, b6-age. I don't want to play knight d7. I want to put my knight at c6. Oh, now I'm going to do... I wasn't planning to, but I'm going to do this, yeah, because just to veiled attack on the knight, force that to run, and yeah, now we got it set. Now it looks sort of like King's Indian, except that he's not fianchettoed. And that bishop is, well, not much to do with it, right? Should I take it? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I have a possibility of coming in with the bishop to f4. And actually his knight doesn't have any moves. I could do that. I could check, or it's weird. That's kind of weird, but I don't see what he does about it. It's just, I mean, that shows that when you have a cramped position and you don't have squares for your piece to go to, sometimes very unusual tactics happen. It's strange to be able to attack a piece like that in its own territory, and there's literally no safe move for it, and no way to defend it unless I'm missing something. Looks like I get a pawn. It's a pretty good pawn. I have to say I had no idea of that when I took the bishop to play bishop h6. Just seemed like a thing to do, but that possibility opened up. Alrighty, and I'll retreat here. I want to keep the e5 square open for the knight. Start swinging pieces over. I'm a swinger. Maybe rook d6, f5. Well, f5 is a very direct move. Try to end the game quicker. Yeah, I'll go for. I'm not sure that it's really the right thing to do, but I'll go for it because it's not good for my pawn structure, but my pieces are pretty active here. Well, I think that's not playable. I think he had to take it. That was my principal threat. I think something's going to shake loose now. Also, they hung the d pawn. Yeah, this game did not get off to a good start. I'm going to say that the bishop d3 was a mouse slip, and maybe the bishop even wanted to go to c4, but then after I moved, he moved it to e2 right away. Ah, check. I did not notice that was possible, but it looks like it's of the spite variety. There we go. All right. Another one for me. Maybe I'm doing a little bit better because I'm starting off moving a center pawn. Seems like, when I play b3 or g3 or a3, or those games turn out to be tighter. All right, still a lot of people in the queue. It's a good day. People raring to get at me. What is this? Zianula, I think. Starts with an X. I'm playing an X-Man. I'm playing Xavier McDaniel. Anybody remember Xavier McDaniel? He played for the Knicks for a while. Yeah, there is that. I've forgotten that I don't much like this line for white. I like queen c2 when black has played e6. Yeah, this I don't like. I don't like this, I admit. I'm not gonna mess around too much here. Make sure no knight b4. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do I need to take that? Well, if I don't take it, I'm going to be down a pawn. So I'll take it. I'm old school. Nowadays, nobody cares. Grandmasters don't care about the c4 pawn in any of these positions. They gambit it all the time. But still, there are also people that take the pawns. Can't gambit the pawns if nobody's taking them, but apparently people still take them. All right, so one of these moves, I'll get to the business of developing pieces. All right. The thing is, eventually, black will find it's not so easy to prevent white from catching up in development. All right. I'll put the knight here, maybe keep the c-file clear so that my queen can retreat along the c-file if it's attacked. And then bring some guys out. Mm-hmm. Reasonable. Reasonable. Let's develop. Mm-hmm. I have to watch out a little bit for e5. Oh, he's a merchant. I did not realize I was playing a merchant. All right, well, let's see about that. I think this knight on a6 is a little bit of a liability. Oh, he saw it too. Very good. Very good. Do 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 do. All right. So knight c5 is at least sort of optically a threat here, and b6 destabilizes his position on the c-file. So there's a making of something there, but is it real? Maybe doubleage. Yeah, I mean, if I get rook c1, and then I start to get pressure. So maybe that keeps the bishop out, but it doesn't really help against the knight coming in. All right, I'm going to start by doubleage. Yeah, I think actually he should have maybe tried to play e5, but it's often hard to look at these positions dynamically. People tend to think about how they can just defend. All right, so if I come in, what about that? What about that? Also probably the knight moves are maybe simpler, but I'm kind of going for it. My tower is sitting on top of the wire for my headphone again. It seems to always happen. So he can take rook c8 and maybe try to get his rook in. Yeah, that's what he should do, I think. But let's see. Okay, let me grab this pawn. I'm not mated in the back rank. And then who's zooming who? Oh, a little low on time here. All right, let's. I don't know. Just take that. Maybe next move I'll just make some air. Yeah, it just seems like a sensible thing to do. And maybe take the knight for. Oh, I could have taken the knight check and bishop h6 because it wasn't actually made. I had bishop f1. All right. Well, anyway, it's Blitz game. I have a little bit more time. Neither one of us has a lot. But still, there's a lot of back rank threats. And I end up getting this one anyway. Yeah, there we go. I did it the less direct way. Not proud, but there you go. Yeah, got down to very low on time. Zianula, yeah, solid game. Yeah, I think he would have played rook c3, e5, get active, and yeah, I think that black's okay because he gives me enough issues to deal with that I can't just simply bring a knight into c5. Mojo Risin, okay, looks like a master. Gonna challenge me. Oh, maybe he's not ready. If he's not ready to go, then I get to play somebody weaker. I do like to win all my games if I can. Mr. Mojo Risin, boom, 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 boom. Mojo. I believe that's an anagram for Jim Morrison. There was an old Doors song with that term, Mojo Risin. I think that's quick calculation is it's some kind of anagram. Mojo, or maybe Mr. Mojo Risin, because you need two M's and two R's. Yeah. MR, Mojo Risin. That's Mojo Risin, Mr. Mojo Risin. Nope, not there. What's up with that? I came here for a contest. Well, all right. It's always somebody else that wants to play. You never know when you're going to get another shot. What do we got here? El Quixote. Bravo. I'm pre-moving. Oh, a blackie. He wants to do a blackie on me. Okay. I've actually had people ask to look at this with me, so I'm going to try this one. Because I remember looking at this and it sort of worked out for black, but not that I can really remember how exactly the line goes, but do this maybe. Try to take another pawn. Bishop G. I don't know if Bishop G5 hits the mark against G6 because there's no pin or anything. All right. I think I've outsmarted El Quixote because it looks like I'm going to trade queens. I'm going to take this guy and trade queens. So no kingside attack. I mean, it's an idea to play queen h4, bishop h6, and knight g5, but if your knight goes and your bishop comes to h6 in 2 moves, then I think it's not going to work. All right, I'm going to look for some more cheap tactics here. Cheapage, tacticish. Oh boy. Oh. I am very sorry, but I must take these pieces. Looks like another one's going my way. Yeah, there was a reason why I wanted to protect my e-pawn. All right, go ahead and have your fun. I'll let the guy have some fun. He hasn't gotten to take anything yet. Oh, no. No. Oops. Oh, my e-pawn. My e-pawn was hanging. Yeah, that one did not work out for El Quixote. All right. I improved my record against the Blackmore Deemer. I have lost to it in tournament play, I have to admit. Okay, MZ Ninja 66. So 66, I'm going to guess that maybe that was a birth year, which would make this guy almost as old as me, which I appreciate because there's so many young whippersnappers out there. All right, let's go mainstream for now anyway. Okay, let's do this. Grunfeldy. Okay. Have to recall this because I've had a lot of students in this position. I've had a lot of students play the Grunfeld, which is a little bit too sharp and theoretical for my taste, but I've had a chance to work on it because of them. I think that's inaccurate. I think he's supposed to move the knight first. I think. No, the ninja says that my theory was off. Maybe he likes to drive Route 66. I don't know. Okay, knight and a5. Knight on the rim. Can I give it a trim? Maybe not. Maybe this is no. I just have this feeling that this is black is supposed to avoid this move order, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I remember I had a game where my bishop was on the original diagonal and the knight got into trouble, but maybe this is just a different story. Knight a3. Yeah, I'm just daydreaming a bit in this position. I feel queen e1, knight c4. All right. Gonna try to take advantage of that move. Bishop g4, so he's looking for a landing spot. Yeah. All right. Let's give him the boot. I'm just glad that it's MZ Ninja 66 and not MZ Ninja 666, because then that would be a little spooky. Yeah, okay, now I guess I don't want to give him my dark square bishop. But my bishop is a little bit awkwardly placed, perhaps on e2. Rook c8, I think that's a little bit too much preparation. I don't think there was any reason to not play c6 right away. I guess he doesn't want a pawn there. Yeah, could I be any slower in this game? Would that be possible? Maybe it's not that easy to take advantage of. All right, let me kick. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace, that's for sure. Okay, now I got two bishops, so if he doesn't have something real quick, then I should be able to consolidate it with a nice position. Yeah, see, my knight is not pinned, so I'm not sure whether I should go central, but knight if a6, knight a7. What about that? Does that work? Oh, there is a possible problem with it. Should I worry about it? I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just not going to worry about it. Yeah, that was the problem that I chose not to worry about. Maybe I should have worried about it. Okay. Yeah, I should have chosen to worry about it. Yeah, I should have just taken back. Knight had no good square. Now I retain the advantage. Yeah, I knew it was. I couldn't resist 97. It was too cute, but I didn't have an answer. I saw that variation. I didn't have an answer after rookie 8. Now I've got some pressure here. B8. Let's go B4. That wasn't really worked out well. Oh, okay. Well, he should have checked me, I think. Well, maybe didn't have to check me because I'm not really doing anything here, am I? There actually isn't anything hanging. But all right, it's a blitz game. It's a blitz game. We're all going fast now. Oh, he's doing that. Okay. All right. All right. We got to go fast. Oh, I got the momentum. I got there in time. Nope. I can stop that guy. Phew. That one was tight. Oh, he's still moving. Get rid of that one. It's a lot of fight in him. There we go. MZ Ninja 66. Yeah, I was a little casual about the ending because he actually defended everything and I let his rook come in. You're very welcome. But then at some point I realized that there just wasn't enough time to try to play it accurately, and it's just a blitz game. So far, so good. Kaspariano. And I don't know if that's a play on Kasparov. Maybe he has a similar name. Not ready to answer the bell. We were on a good streak for a while. No. You got to be ready when your number comes up. Starkey. Usually I get a lot of UK opponents in this, I guess, because it's like late afternoon or something. I miss my old friend Tired Dad. I don't think he's been on ICC for a while. We used to play a lot of games. We used to banter. All right, I'll take it if you really want me to. I think I want to play C6 or E6. I kind of think that I'm going to play both anyway. So, oh, okay. All right. Because now I have a majority. I mean, I'm going to have a 4 and 3 with that passed D pawn. So kind of a strategic advantage there. That he's going to have to make up for some other way. I don't think he's going anywhere with this, because if he ever pushes b5, he's not going to be able to support his c5 pawn with a d pawn. That's going to go. All right, let's try to destabilize that knight. h4. Okay. See if I can make Starkey regret that move. I may just call him Ringo, right? Ringo Starr's name, which is Starkey. Oh, I think I have a tactic. Me likey. 2 pieces for a rook. Probably it's easier to win by not trading queens. Well, I do get to take. I can trade queens after taking that guy, certainly. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, got a lot of momentum going here. Yeah, usually you want to keep rooks on when you've got minor pieces. I meant to play knight d5 and then I didn't do it. Okay. Changeth my mind. All right, now I will trade rooks. Got a lot of pawns now. Oh, I had knight c3 check. Oops. Well, not that I need it. All right, let's get on with it. Blue, 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 blue. It's like Space Invaders here. Huh? Everything's coming forward. Coming in with all the pawns. We're having a pawn party. All right. It's inevitable that one of those things pops up after a while, right? Yeah. All right. Thank you, Starkey. Yeah, I think c5. I mean, maybe he's just playing c5 a little too quickly, because position after e5, I get a structural advantage. What do I got? Okay, Redican. Maybe there's always some potential meaning in these names. I mean, everybody picks a name for a reason, but it's often lost on me. Okay. Let's try E3. A lot of Slavs. This is how many Slavs? 2, 3? At least 2, maybe 3. Yeah, 3. I played Queen C2 in one. Yeah, Knight C2, Queen C2. Not entirely successful. All right, let's try that. I gotta love the stees. What is this? Lemon ginger. I'm addicted to stees. They should get me to advertise their product. 10 for 10 at Stop and Shop. 10 for $10. Gotta get them. All right, so Redican was hibernating a bit on that move. All right, I'm going to choppage. See if I could do something development here and bishops and whatnot. I've got my whatnot going. You know, I was sort of half tempted to play bishop d2 and put the knight in a3 with rook c1. Maybe it's, well, then knight e4. Yeah, knight e4 at some point. I don't know. Maybe it's a plan. I've just never seen anyone do it. I just realized that this game is at the wrong time control. I mean, I just play when, but this was not, this is a 5-minute rated blitz. So I don't know how that happened. Maybe this guy is not in the pool. He just came upon me, but it's going to make everybody wait. That's happened once or twice before that I haven't noticed. You know, it's gotten this far without me noticing, and it doesn't really please me all that much. We have rules here at ICC. There's a right way to banter and a wrong way. Should I have played rook c1? Maybe not so much difference. Bum, 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 thanks. On bishop c2, I was planning bishop e7, which I see doesn't really work as well as I thought, but I guess I could just move my queen anyway. Bishop c2 doesn't really change anything. Yeah, this is an idea. I once played against Larry Christensen somewhat effectively, but with my knight on b1. Here, I think black is running into some problems. You know, I was thinking my opponent was playing extremely slowly, and then I looked at the clock. He had 3 minutes. I'm thinking, like, how was that? I'm going to have to count it towards the tally. If I got a bad position, then I'd start protesting, but it looks like I'm going to be able to manage. Do 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 94. All right, let's start. Whoop. Start with. Oh, what just happened there? Something weird happened. Oh, okay. So I had my finger failure. So I am going to be annoyed if I lose this game. because I obviously meant to play bishop e7 there. Ugh. I'm not a finger failer fan. He's going to lose on time anyway. Bomb. He's trying to pick up the pace. So I never have any position where 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes on my clock is 3-minute blitz. It's never possible. Do. Three, 2, 1. What? Okay, I got 0 points for that. I earned 0 points for that rated game. Can't I even get 1 point for surviving the slow torch? Okay, everybody, 3-minute increment 2. That's what it should be. Let's see. That's what seems to be a lot of repeats. We seem to have a lot of people lined up. No newbies. Newbies, get in there. Should be 1 game per customer. Come on, jump on in. All right, Dan. Dan gets another go. Dan 910712 Bravo. So he's the only one that's going to get to play twice today. Thing is, I wish I remember how the last game went. Did he play King's Indian against me? No, okay. E5. I did not have this yet today, I know that. Mm-hmm. So we got a King's Indian. My bishop on G3 is maybe not the best, but all right, let's try something. I don't know that D5 is really the best way to play the bishop on G3, but I'll give it a shot. Mm-hmm. I think I have to not take that because of F5. Mm-hmm. F3 looks sort of anti-positional, but it might win a pawn. Otherwise, he gets... All right, I'll try it. Yeah, but even if I get that pawn on D4, is really black's gonna have compensation, probably a lot of compensation. So it's not really great, not great what I'm doing here. It's possible that Yeah. Not great. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not great. Yeah, there's a dilemma. I didn't want to take with the queen because then I'm not attacking d4. That's probably what I should have done because I don't really like this knight coming to g4 at all. Not at all. All right, at least I force it one way. It can't go to e3 and e5. Yeah. And now I see what he's up to, I think. I was thinking that his knight would not stay there long, but yeah, I could do that. Well, he could have just played a6, and then if knight d4, bishop takes, and knight c2. But this, now he's giving me the d6 pawn. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to take that one. That breaks down his central blockade. Of course, the knight e3 gets to stay for a while, but can't have everything. Oh, maybe should I have taken en passant? No. Nah. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to play e5 because I think I like getting rid of the dark square bishop. But then again, maybe I should have just kept two passed pawns. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. I'm kind of happy to get rid of that knight. I think I get an attack. Okay, very good. I'll keep my bishop then. Okay, f6, 94. All right, maybe I should just go here. Maybe I should have even done that last move. Well, he's held it together, but I think it just feels a little dubious to me. Knight f7. It's a good defensive piece, but okay, I have a plan. If I just come around with my queen, what is he going to do about that? Yeah, I think it's just simple, hard to defend. This bishop's pointing at the king. I think it's gonna be a knockout, a New Jersey knockout, unless I'm really self-made. Okay, thank you, Dan 910712. Woo, I think I did it. I think I did a clean sweep. I guess I was playing a little more conventionally with the opening move d4 and d5. Now, I'm not normally a d4 player, but obviously I can handle that. But d5, I was wondering if anybody was going to play c4 against me, and I was prepared to play d5 anyway, even though it's probably a little dubious on move one, but I was going to do it. But I didn't get any takers, no c4. Obviously, I was happy to play d5 against knight f3 or even d4, and had a couple e4s, d5s. Nobody was able to quite touch me. So few tricky games, few games went down to the wire, but 100% this time. I guess I just get lucky sometimes. Well, anyway, everybody, thanks for joining me today. Thank you for the games. Thank you for anyone who didn't get a chance to play, but lined up in the queue. Maybe you'll get your chance next month. We'll do it again in July. It's always fun for me, and I think you guys enjoy taking a shot as well. So Until next time, I'm Grandmaster Joel Benjamin, and this has been ICC's Banter Blitz.